Hey guys, Crafty Gamer here. Today I wanted to show you how to make this creeper coaster. This is just a flimsy corkboard coaster that I got from Hobby Lobby. And these are little mosaic tiles. And I also got that at Hobby Lobby. And this is the brand for the tiles. And it just came in a bag with all these different colors. So you just want to go through and pick out the green, the dark gray, the light gray, and the black. And I just set them up like this. And I'll scooch it down a little bit. There you go. In that pattern. And so first what you want to do is grab some glue. I just have this glue that I got for cheap at Tuesday Morning. It was $1 on sale. That's the brand. It's just your basic like clear glue. And what you want to do is you want to glue it onto this corkboard, and this is going to be like 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, and the corkboard is 4 inches by 4 inches, and we might have to cut off some later. Okay, and I almost forgot to tell you, you're also going to need some sand grout. And this I also got at Hobby Lobby. It's called Safe Grout. And it's by Stone by Stone. I think you can kind of see that right there in the corner. And this you mix 4 parts grout to 1 part water. And I'll show you how much I'm going to mix for mine later. And also, when you're done, I also got this at Hobby Lobby, you need some Mosaic sealer. And this is just a big bottle I got for $5.99, and I used my 40% off coupon. So that was a good deal. So basically now, I'm just going to transfer this onto the coaster, and I will show you that right now. And another thing is, you want to leave a little bit of a gap between each tile, because you want the grout to go through it to kind of give it that a mosaic tiling effect. So you don't have to leave too much, just like maybe a little gap like that. Okay, and then when you get to this point, you're just going to want to mess around and adjust it until you get it as evenly as you can, really, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Just as long as you like it, you know. And I'm just going to use a piece of paper and I'm just going to nudge them around, see if I can get them to move a little bit to where I want them to go. Using your finger might even be better. Okay, so it's been about a half an hour and I've let it pretty much dry almost completely. So I just went ahead, I grabbed one of these little disposable cups, they're like the little bathroom cups, and I got a tablespoon, and I just put a tablespoon of water in there because we're going to actually mix the grout now. So I got this green grout, and I'm just going to open it. And so it's 1 part water, 4 parts grout. We're just going to spoon that. Three, 4. Get the lid back on. These can be very messy. Okay, and then you're just gonna mix this together. You might have to adjust it. It should just be runny. It should look like cement pretty much. See, it's quite a thick consistency. Mix it up really well, and you're going to kind of have to act fast now, so make sure it looks good. And I've got, this is actually a paint spreader, and it's by Catalyst, and it's C83. Okay, and then I'm just going to use that, I'm going to spoon it on, and I'm going to use this to spread it with. Go ahead and just dump it on all over. Make sure you don't make too big of a mess like I just did. And hopefully I made enough. You're just going to want to gently spread it. All over. You want to make sure you get it in all of the cracks. Make sure you get every little drop. Make sure you get it around the edges really good. Make sure nothing's trying to move. Okay, so that looks pretty even, and then what you're going to do is grab a napkin, which I have forgotten, so I'll grab that. They say to use a sponge, but a napkin will work as well. You just want to kind of dab it off the top. Be sure you're using very gentle touch. You don't want to move your tiles. You have to adjust it, do it now before it starts to set. The most important thing is just to make sure you get all of the cracks filled in as even as possible. You might even need to take some water and dab your napkin in water. I went and grabbed a wet towel. You just want to make sure there's no grout on top of the tiles, or else it'll dry hard and very sandy, and you don't want that. Alright, so basically just finish cleaning it up, and then you're gonna let it set and harden, and you want to try and like make sure these edges are like straight as possible so that it'll just come out looking nicer, and then we'll trim off the extra. So it should harden in about an hour or so, so I'll see you then. Okay, so I just let the piece sit overnight, so it's been sitting for about over 10 hours. And now we're just going to take the sealant and a paintbrush and just paint on a generous amount. And this will help protect it from water damage. Alright, and then once that's done, you're just going to let it dry for a little bit, and then you're going to trim off the ends, which it dries pretty quickly. So you can just go ahead and start trimming it right now. And there you go. Your creeper coaster is now complete.